Hello everyone, today I'm going to do a bit of a different video. Today I'm going to be playing a game with my cousin Coley here, and we're going to see if she can try to guess what decade these model cars are from. Of course, some of them are freshly built, but what decade they represent per se. So let's start with contestant number 1. You have 3 tries. What decade do you think it's from?
The 70s.
Try again.
60s.
And again.
40s.
The correct answer is 1950s. So specifically, this is a 1959 Plymouth. But you were pretty close. When you got to the 60s anyway. Alright, for our next contestant, what decade do you think it's from?
50s.
Try again.
40s.
Closer.
30s.
Yes, that is correct. This is the 1934, how do I pronounce it? Okay, I'm trying to remember. I'll remember later what it is pronounced. My memory's not rock solid. Let's see. Alright, for our next contestant, what decade do you think it's from?
60s.
That is right on.
Oh!
Yes, this is a either a 1968 or 69 Ford Mustang.
Yeah. That's awesome. I did not think I was going to get that right.
Alright. Okay, what decade is it from?
50s.
Correct.
Oh, that's...
What decade is it from?
Looks like a banana.
I gotta admit, the color does make it look a little bit like a banana.
40s.
Not even close.
Oh.
Think newer.
70s.
Closer.
80s.
Worse.
One more guess.
One more guess.
90s.
Nope, this is 1960s.
Oh, I was really off.
Okay, what decade is this one from?
60s.
Nope.
30s.
Nope.
40s.
Nope, this is the 50s. 1959 Chrysler Imperial.
I did all the ones in between.
What decade is it from?
50s.
Nope.
30s.
Nope.
40s.
Correct.
Yeah.
Alright, that's all of them, and my other cousins decide to join the game. So I'll have them doing next, and we'll see who does better. Alright, up next is my cousin Kaysen here, and she's gonna guess what decade this car is from. What decade do you think it's from?
The 40s.
Nope. Try again.
60s?
That is correct. This is a 1965 Pontiac GTO. Alright, what decade do you think this one's from?
60s.
That's correct. What decade do you think this is from?
70s.
Nope. Probably should be because it looks that good.
50s.
That's correct. Alright, what decade?
I'm gonna have to say 70s.
That is absolutely correct. You're really good at this. Alright, what about this one?
30s.
Nope. It's pretty hard.
80s.
Nope.
'60s.
That is correct. Almost. Okay, what decade is this from?
50s.
Nope.
60s.
Correct. This is a 1965 Ford Galaxy. Alright, what decade is this from?
60s.
Correct. You're really good at this. Alright, what decade is it from?
60s.
Nope.
30s.
Correct. What decade is it from?
30s.
Nope.
20s.
Closer. It's probably from the 10s.
So 1910, whatever.
Yeah, that's about right. Alright, this is a little bit different because it's a truck, so it's a bit harder to guess. What decade?
40s.
Nope.
60s.
Nope.
70s.
This is the only one that stumped her, guys. This is a 1956 Ford. Alright, last one. What decade is this from?
60s.
Nope.
80s.
Oh, no.
Down.
Yeah, down. Think old. Look at the headlights. Oh, wait, that's right. You don't know how to identify cars by headlights.
20s. 30s.
This is a 1955 Ford Thunderbird. Alright, she only missed two, guys. Only two stumped her. If anyone can do better than that, then anyone will win. Alright, we took a quick filming break, and now I have my cousin Knox. Coley, Kason, and Knox. Do not ask me what's up with all the K names. I have no idea. Anyway, let's see how well he can do. Alright, which one to pick? Okay, Knox, what decade do you think this one's from?
60s.
Close.
80s.
Nope.
50s.
That's correct. This is a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air, and it's pretty popular among classic car fans. Alright, how about this one? What decade do you think this is from?
60s.
That is absolutely correct. Alright, what decade do you think this one's from?
60s.
No, not quite.
40s.
Close.
30s.
That's correct. What decade do you think this one's from?
40s.
That's absolutely correct. Right on. Alright, what decade do you think this is from? This one's a tough one. I'll give you a hint. It's under 70s.
40s.
Not quite.
50s.
Correct. Pretty good at this. How about this one?
50s.
You're close. You just gotta think a little higher.
70s.
No,
60s.
that's correct. It's almost 70s because it's either, I think it's a 69 Mustang. This one. Don't cheat this time.
50s.
Correct. Did you cheat?
No. I guess.
Alright. Alright. So I did a point system based on how many guesses it took, and Kason took the least amount of guesses, so she is the winner. $5 for you.
Woohoo!
Okay, thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, please remember that history belongs to God. It's His story.
80s.
Okay?
What are y'all doing?
We were filming.
Whoopsie daisy.
I need you to leave now so we can try that again.
Obviously, I'm making a video.
This is going to take a lot of editing. Alright.
What happened? Where you at?
Alright, our next contestant, this should be a little bit easier. What's your first guess?
The 80s.
Try again.
70s.
Try again.
90s.
No.
He's in the shower. Happy no.
Set off. Contestant, what decade do you think it's from?
The 50s.
I'm trying to. Okay,
We can restart.
okay, what decade is this from?
30s.
Nope.
50s.
Closer.
Like, what do you mean closer?
Guys, guess what?
Alright, what about this one? I'm just kidding, I made this one up. This one's not actually from any year. Alright, I threw you for a loop there. Alright, hang on a second.
I was gonna date the 60s.
Yeah, that's. I don't know what that is. Was definitely not 60s. Alright. Okay, how about this one?
Maybe 69?
You read the date. You read the date. Alright, I gotta get a different one. Hang on a second. Oh, and you ready to film? Alright, until now. Hang on. Sorry, start again. Don't do that. Alright, ready?
I'm rich.